All right, everybody. You've had your warnings. You've had your time. We've talked about the real hockey, and hopefully by the time this is out on YouTube, Colorado didn't blow it to St. Louis, but we'll see. We'll see. We are ready for the start of a new season with the Boston Bruins. Similar to the Colorado Avalanche, we can't close out a playoff series, can we? No, we can't. But we are ready for the start of the 2025-2026 season, and our roster looks like this. Marchand is 37. Bergeron is 40. Pasternak, still just 29 years old. A second line of Taylor Hall, Oscar Steen, and Andrew Kopp. Still in Boston, baby. And then in this offseason, the big trade, we tried for 3 seasons to get Jeremy Swayman signed to a good contract. He would not budge. 1-for-1, Swayman for Robertson. Essentially 1-for-1. I'm very excited to see what Nick Robertson can do. I mean, we're going to give him power play time, obviously. He might just be the missing link offensively, especially as we go into the playoffs, to push his team over the edge. He's on a line with Craig Smith and Jake DeBrusk, still in Boston, somehow. You got Trent Frederick, Trevor Kuntar, and Matthias Nordqvist. The great number 69. We didn't even give him that number. He just has it on the 4th line. The defense, Lindholm and McAvoy, because, LOL, they each still have 5 years left. Simon Nemec has finally made the team. Our 5th overall pick in 2022. He is next to Brandon Carlo. And Mason Lohrei is with Tristan Luneau, also from that 2022 draft. But before we get going, I do want to properly set up the PP. And I have to decide how many defensemen I want. Lindholm's not going to do much there. McAvoy has good offensive awareness. Nemec has the passing ability. Carlo has a bomb of a shot. We do technically have quite a few defensemen who could benefit from power play time. But I feel like Hall, Steen, and Kopp all deserve time. And I feel like Robertson and DeBrusk should both probably have time too. You could even argue Craig Smith. So it's a bit of a weird spot in terms of what to do with the power play. But I think what we're going to do is go with Robertson and DeBrusk. I'll get to the goalies in a minute. We're going to go with Robertson and Jake DeBrusk on the power play. We're going to go with a 5-man, 5-forward unit. Sauce, it is good to see you. And I hope you are. It'd be nice to have you here. Let's set up the 1Ts. Set up the 1Ts. Actually, we'll get DeBrusk there. So that's a bit of a risk, but you know what? I'm willing to run with it. And then obviously, again, our second line is Hall, Steen, and Kopp. And then we can get Craig Smith in there and arguably our best defense. I mean, Charlie McAvoy. Probably Charlie McAvoy. It's a bit of a tough call. It is a bit of a tough call in terms of who gets power play time and who doesn't. But we are going to set it up this way. We are going to set it up this way and hope for the best. And I can only hope it will work. A -2 chemistry, but you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. Honestly, let's set up Taylor Hall on the point. Better at moving the puck. So that'll be our power play, our 4-man power play. I mean, what do you even want to do here? What do you even want to do here? Get Robertson out there. This one will get McAvoy out there. The balding dude saw you were playing franchise, and I guess he joined you. I don't know what you mean, Endo, but okay. Oh, in terms of what actual streamers play on stream? Like I said, I don't hate the guy. Yeah, get your money. Do what you gotta do. Alright. That'll be our second power play unit. It's a little bit risky. I don't really care. And then our PK just wanted to make sure Nordqvist had time. I think we're good. Again, our goalies, now that Swayman's gone, Linus Ullmark is back on a pretty dirt cheap contract, all things considered. Tucker Tynan is behind him. We do not really have a long-term solution in goal right now. We're just kind of playing it by ear. But we're doing what we have to do. And Lauko will be called up and will be the forward healthy scratch. Playing 2K10 tonight, probably, but Nothing's ever a guarantee on this stream in terms of what we play. Nothing is ever. Let's get to Grant Ham in there. And we need Hall in the lineup for Bonino. So let's do that. Defensively, Shen's fine. Scandella. Actually, we'll take out Lashoff for Gentile. AHL goalies, Bo P. The Bopits. And Brandon Bussy's going to come out for Leach because he is a medium starter potential. So let's see what happens this season for the Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins. What I have to imagine is Patrice Bergeron's final season at 40 years old. This is probably the longest I've seen Bergeron play. This is probably the longest I've ever seen him play into a season. Charlie McAvoy has a 3-assist night in our first game of the season. We are going to do a lot of goalie swapping this season. So Tucker Tynan plays Ottawa in his first career game and wins 4-3 in overtime. Not bad, Tucker. Not bad. So I'm very intrigued to see how Jeremy Swayman does on Boston, or on Toronto now that he's left Boston. Again, we did not want to get rid of Sway at all. Just so happened to work out that way. Luke Shen suffers a concussion down in Providence. Brandon Carlo injures his hip with the main team. We do win 2-0 to move up to 5-0 on the season. Hell of a way to start. Tampa hands us our first loss. I mean, that was bound to happen, let's be honest. And Victor Berglund will get to play, which, I mean, Victor Berglund really does deserve a spot, but, I mean, Tristan Luneau. I don't know what it is, man. I just like Tristan Luneau as a player. Particularly in the video game, as we just keep winning, and we are going to run with all mark for as long as we can. Nick Robertson, bruised hand for Nick Robertson, so he will miss a little bit of time. It does mean that the Jakob Lauko joins in for the team here, which is okay. Tucker Tynan's second career start. It comes against Anaheim. What do we got, Tucker? We win it 4-2. Tucker Tynan, 2-0. Tucker Tynan, 2-0 with a 9-10. Not bad. Not bad. Nick Robertson, though, still hurt. You don't like to see that. You don't like to see that. Shout out to Warrior with a gifted sub, by the way. We lose 2 in a row for the first time this season. Back-to-back losses for all marks, so we're going to get Tynan back in there. Tucker, we have passed the ball to you. Can you win a game? No, you can't, but you do lose in a shootout, so we'll keep you in for the moment. Mason Lohrei suffers a concussion. He'll be out for a tiny bit. Back-to-back losses. We've lost 4 in a row. Not great. Get Allmark back in there. We are crashing back down to reality. Lohrei is out. We'll take out Berglund, put in Mikey Callahan, who will make his NHL debut. The NHL debut. Let's see if we can actually get some wins here. Can we get some wins, please? We beat Anaheim. Can we beat San Jose? No, we don't. We got players who are healthy. Health is important. Mason Lohrei and Nick Robertson are both back. Beautiful. Warrior with another gifted sub. 709 lifetime now. Absolutely outrageous, sir. And I thank you for it. And I thank you for it. Let's see. Tampa. We beat Tampa. Not bad. 10-4-2 is not a bad record. It's not a bad record. Let's get Allmark back in there. It was asked how Callahan did. 1 point minus 1 in 2 games. Just fine. Serviceable. We're going to go with serviceable. Mantakivi hurt down in Providence. Carolina. Brian Lashoff gets hurt. Providence has suffered from a lot of injuries so far this year. Overtime loss to New Jersey. Shootout win against Chicago. 13-4-3 here now. Not bad. Not bad at all. We do lose to the Islanders, who are not very good. That kind of sucks, but what are you going to do? Tynan's back in. Get Leach back in for Providence. He won't even play. Brian Lashoff's healthy. That is what it is. We do beat Ottawa. Should play Five Nights at Freddy's. Is that game still popular? What is this, 2013? Is this 2013? So we beat New Jersey as well. December 1st, we are atop the Atlantic Division at 15, 5, and 3. They made a new one, and it's, I mean, obviously it's like, why wouldn't it be? Are we the top team in the league? No, we are behind the New York Rangers and the Winnipeg Jets so far this season. Let's take a look at the team, shall we? David Pastrnak, 33 points, beautiful man. Marchand's amazing. Bergeron still putting up points at his advanced age. 17 points for Steen, 14 for Robertson, 13 and 16 for Nick Robertson. I think I said DeBrusque rather than Robertson. But Robertson's looking pretty good. I'm going to keep saying Robertson. Taylor Hall, Cop on 11. It's cut off for the moment. Warrior with another gifted sub. And you're beautiful. I thank you. Ever thought of doing Chicago and rebranding them? On one hand, yes. On the other, it's not worth hearing, Chicago fans whine about, well, here's why the name and the logo's okay, and nobody who took part of what happened over a decade ago still with the team. And yeah, Patrick Kane and Jonathan Taves, like they stood up for Bowman, but they just didn't know at the time, and it's just not worth listening to the whining from those type of fans. There are the reasonable Chicago fans. Speaking of which, I think I mentioned it. I sold my only Chicago jersey, had it listed up on eBay for months, it finally sold. So I go from 32 out of 32 in terms of one jersey from every team, down to 31 out of 32. And it will stay that way until Chicago smartens the fuck up, changes their logo, and realizes that they're the most problematic franchise in the NHL. That's right, I said it. Fuck you. White Knight 24 here. Anyway, rest of the team. Craig Smith has some power play time. He will be losing it. Craig Smith is trash. Fucking oof, Craig Smith is trash. Ooh, we have a pretty rough depth scoring issue right now. That's not great. That's not great. McAvoy is crushing it. I need to get some of these defensemen more power play time. I need to. Goaltending has been okay. We just have a depth scoring issue. And we really need to get that power play kind of clicking a little bit more. We have a troll. We do. JJ, what's up? Good to see you again. Not the first time you've been here, I'm pretty sure. All right, let's see. Welcome aboard. I hope you enjoy your stay. So Craig Smith needs to get out of this lineup. Honestly, Taylor Hall hasn't been cutting it either. 11 points for Kopp, 14 for DeBrusque. Honestly, I can't believe I'm saying... Okay, Craig Smith at the very least has to go. The very least has to go. Lindholm isn't really going to do anything with that power play time. Nemec might, but it's not great. Carlo, again, only has that good shot. It's got to be Tristan Luneau or Mason Lohrei. I kind of want to get Carlo, Lohrei, and Luneau out there, but Nemec can play decent defense too. McAvoy and Luneau. Nemec is also a righty, even though he's on the offside. It's really weird. McAvoy, Carlo, Lohrei, Luneau. I gotta figure this out. They'll never change an original 16. They won't, but if they put out a jersey that doesn't have, a face on it. Well, here's why the face is there. Save it. Save it. Oh, goodness. All right, let's see. All right, Smith definitely has to be out. Let's go for Tristan Luneau. Honestly, I think we can take DeBrusque off of the power play here, too. He's not really crushing it. Let's get Mason Lohrei in there. So go Pasternak, Bergeron, Marchand, McAvoy with Robertson. Luno, Lohrei, get Steen on that side. There we go. That is our new power play setup, and hopefully it works quite well as we play Vegas and lose to Vegas. Well, we play St. Louis, but the good thing is we're not the Colorado Avalanche, so we'll beat them. There you go. Easy enough. Easy enough. I was actually going to change. I was going to change goalies because I'm like, oh, we're definitely going to lose that game now because I said that. We beat Chicago as well. We beat Detroit as well. We are going on a run here. You couldn't pay me to take this trash can. 2 years left at $5.1 million. Rasmus Ristolainen put on waivers by the Philadelphia Flyers. Can't imagine why. Well, he hits and he blocks shots. He's big. And again, might have rather had him on the ice than Cale Makar at the end of that game, that Game 5 situation. We do lose to Nashville. We'll probably lose to Colorado. Yeah, we were due for a back-to-back loss. It had been a little bit. So let's get Tynan in there. Get Leach down in Providence. Let's see. Connor Clifton, another former Bruin. He is on waivers as well. I have no room for him whatsoever. He is a minus 13 so far this season. And his offensive awareness has dropped to a 69. No thank you, Connor. You elected to leave all those years ago. That wasn't on me. That was on you. As we have lost 4 games in a row again. This is an incredibly streaky team. An incredibly streaky team. Top pair is great. Second pair is lacking a little bit. Third pair is not exactly gelling. We're going to go with Lohrei and Carlo, Nemec and Luno. Hall has just 15 points. Taylor, you're killing me here. That second line's not working. That second line is not working. Fuck. Steen's the only one that can be dropped. Again, I am allowed to play Kopp at center. So, I mean, that is... I mean, Craig Smith has 6 points, for God's sakes. That fourth line is abysmal. Trent Frederick has to be done here. Trent Frederick has to be done here. Trevor Kuntar is not really doing anything points-wise. Let's take out Freddie for Lauko. Put Steen on the right, Lauko at center. Oh, man, I can't do anything about Craig Smith either. Last year of his deal. Craig, I might have to put you out to pasture here. It's you or Kuntar. Oh, boy. What am I going to do here? What am I going to do? I guess we have no choice but to keep Craig Smith in that position. Top Hat, what's going on? So we got a couple of minuses in the bottom 6, but you know what? We're just going to roll with it for now. I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried about having minuses in terms of team chemistry. It's not that big of a deal. At least in theory. Could be part of the reason as to why we're terrible right now, but just got home from a concert. Very nice. Merkelhoff gets hurt in Providence. Swan was apparently roughed up. Carolina, nice 3-0 shutout. Let's get our backup in there. So, goaltending is looking okay. Someone asked about Bergeron point, by the way. 25 and 34. So he's still not bad. Top Hat, I have never heard of them. Let's play Pittsburgh. Backup loses. I am a little bit worried about some of the depth. I do think towards the deadline we're going to look to move on from people. And probably change things up. Hawks with the gifted, by the way. Again, I still got to sort out the audio. But thank you very much, Hawks. We are starting to lose more games. We are starting to lose more games. Buffalo, what's happening? Just 18. Taylor Hall. Is on a 39-point pace. Yanapalo as well. A 39-point pace for Taylor Hall. Fucking yikes. Oh, even Andrew Kopp. Ice Dogs on the 47-month primer as well. Ice Dogs, thank you very, very much. Oh, man, our middle six is abysmal. Andrew Kopp's on a 28-point pace. New coach. It's not a terrible idea. It's not a terrible idea. It's better to probably try a new coach, despite the fact we're in first, than it is to look at shuffling the amount of players out as we possibly are. So there are, or is, there are multiple A goalies, but there is only one, and that's Badan. That'll likely work. So I am going to fire, I hate to say it, I'm going to fire Hackett. We are going to drop this generalist down to the AHL. We're going to swap Tarian to assistant, make Badan the new head coach, and see if I can hire that AHL assistant back, or even if we can get Purrington instead. We shall see, but we are going to go for a new head coach. Despite the fact that we have a pretty good record, this is an incredibly streaky team, and we have so many players who are underperforming that desperate times call for desperate measures. It does kind of alter what the bottom six is looking like, or the middle six, I should say, but, you know, we'll do what we got to do. And it really hates that third defense pair, but we're just going to go for it. We're going to go for it. Let's see what happens over the next little bit here. Let's see what happens. Purrington ended up accepting the offer. Hackett would have rejected anyway. He doesn't want to come back. We lose again. Do we have any special challenges? Not anything too crazy. Don't screw over the AI. Play people within their proper positions. The usual like that. And in terms of not screwing over the AI, we've taken that to the extreme. All right, there we go. We finally get another win. Despite that slide of just 3 wins in our last 10, we're still in first place by a convincing margin, which is very promising. This team is so streaky. Oh, my God. What the hell, dude? Win 5, lose 5. This team is ridiculous. And maybe not in the best way. I mean, I'll take the outcome. It means we're winning games, but this is just one of the strangest teams I think we've ever put together. Let's see. We beat Pittsburgh, Minnesota. Well, as is tradition, the Bruins lose to Minnesota. Who's my favorite Beatle? David Lee Roth. All right, Tucker Tynan against Winnipeg. Loses. All right, Tucker, I don't know if this is going to work, bud. I don't know if this is going to work. We are going to have a very busy deadline. Tucker has a 9-15, but he has 14 appearances and just 5 wins. Maybe it is the team in front of him more than anything else, huh? We do beat Vancouver. We get pooped on by St. Louis. Get pooped on by Arizona. We have a team that keeps winning, but we still just keep proving to be so prone to these horrible runs of form. I don't know what it's going to take to find just a little bit of consistency. I have no idea. Let's get a Bo P in there. Hallmark's down to a 907. This might be the 1 year at the deadline we actually look for a goalie. And it might be Allmark on the way out. We beat Colorado. Again, I'm hesitant to change the team. I'm hesitant to change the team just because for the most part we are still winning. And every other time I've noticed obvious issues with the team. I am literally in the exact same spot as Don Sweeney right now. Well, the team's winning, so how much can I change it? We have obvious issues, but we're still winning. Like, David Pastrnak has 49 goals in 59 games. We're winning. Bo P has been getting a lot of games. Let's see. We get blown out by Edmonton 7-1. Jesus. Jesus. All right. We have made it to March. The deadline is less than a week away. We have a handful of games coming up. Allmark has a 9-10. Tynan's down to a 9-04. It's not great. On defense, Hampus Lindholm has been pretty damn good. Charlie McAvoy has been fantastic. Lore has been okay. But he is not going to be this tremendous point-producing defenseman like I'd prefer him to be. He's just not. When Carlo has one fewer point than he does. So yeah, Lore is never going to be this amazing player. He's just fine. Nemec is doing okay in his rookie year. He and Luno cannot be a pairing, though. I am probably going to need a defenseman. I am going to need a defenseman. That is definitely what we're looking at. And Mikey Callahan's not going to be good enough to do it. So we're looking for a lefty at the deadline. In terms of forwards, Marchand's down another overall point at 37 years old, but he's still fantastic, man. 71 points. He won't hit 98 like he did last year, but Marshy's still great. Bergeron has 43 points. Should he be the number one center still? I don't know, but he is our captain. And Aposta's insane. Just insane. Man, what's happening? Taylor Hall has 31 points. 31. So Taylor Hall in an 82-game season is on pace for 41 points. That is not good enough. That is not good enough, to say the least. Andrew Kopp, you're breaking my heart. You're on pace for 33 points this season. That is not good enough. Jake DeBrusk is on pace for 36. Nick Robertson, the man who we were pretty much forced to trade Jeremy Swayman for, is on pace for 50 points this year. I need to get Nick Robertson into a second line role. I have to. I have to. Taylor Hall might have to go at this deadline. Oscar Steen is on pace. Oh, man. Oscar Steen's on pace for just 33 points. Craig Smith, dude, this is brutal. This is brutal. Craig Smith's on pace for 20 points. Lauko has actually been pretty good. Lauko deserves a shot on this team. Although, you know, now that we look at it, Lauko with Kuntar and Nordqvist has actually been a pretty damn good line. He's been pretty good. Honestly, I mean, Smith wouldn't be bad for a fourth liner, but I can't use him as a depth option. So, I mean, Lauko, Kuntar, Nordqvist has actually been pretty good. I think, does Lauko have power play time? He does not. Wow, Laurie's had power play time this whole time as well. I'm really looking at Taylor Hall and Craig Smith as people that might have to go. Really, that middle six could be changed up entirely. DeBrusk has been fine. But Robertson's the only one in that middle six that I'm like, yeah, he should stay. There's a lot of people that could be traded here. A ton.